What's up, Laker fam? Happy holidays. I hope you guys all had a very Merry Christmas. I know it would have been much more merry had the Lakers been able to pull off this Christmas Day win against the Clippers. You guys, this one is definitely leaving a really bad taste in my mouth. They should have won this game. There was really no excuse for not winning. They had to lead the majority of the game. It looked like they were in control, but at the end of the day, they all just kind of fell apart in that fourth quarter in particular. But that second half, we saw a lot of the mistakes they've been making in these last few losses, and unfortunately it resulted in us being in a 4-game losing streak. So we're going to talk all about that today on Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han, and you guys know what time it is. It is the end of the week, which means we are doing our Mailbag Q&A episode. So as always, I have asked you guys to send me in questions via Instagram and Twitter. So real quick, if you are not yet doing so, please make sure you are following me on my social media handles. My Instagram is @HannahRoseKulik and my Twitter is @Hannah_Kulik to be able to participate in these Q&As. We do them every week, and they are honestly my favorite videos because I love talking all things Lakers and hearing what you guys have to say about our Los Angeles Lakers. But I know you guys have a lot to say after this loss to the Clippers, so let's just jump right into these questions. Alright, these first two questions are pretty similar, so I'm just going to kind of combine them. First one is from @Daxton Bonwell. He asks, what do you think is the Lakers' biggest problem so far? And this next one is from @Justice Shrews. What do you look for this Lakers team to improve on moving forward? So far right now, I think we've gotten into this problem of obviously our offense is not flowing. I think the Lakers' biggest problem right now is that they do not have consistent three-point shooters, and I've been saying this especially the last couple of weeks, but our guys that we got who are supposed to be these really consistent knockdown three-point shooters like Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, even Danny Green, they've all really been struggling, and we've seen that really be the difference maker in a lot of these Laker losses. The fact that the Lakers don't have those guys who can be those reliable and consistent three-point shooters, especially coming off the bench, we've really been needing that. In this particular game, in this loss against the Clippers, is also something that, you know, I've seen a lot in these recent losses, and just that I saw a lot throughout the season, but we were still able to win, is our one-on-one playing. We kind of see this a lot in the fourth quarter. I know a lot of you guys have a lot to say about LeBron James and him kind of doing it tonight, but we see a lot in the fourth quarter when either we have these little leads or when we're trying to come back. We see players go one-on-one, our offense completely stops, we stop moving without the ball, and then everything really falls apart. We get these turnovers, or LeBron misses, or just our offense completely stops. We don't really have a game plan. So that is something that I think is the biggest thing the Lakers need to work on moving forward. And then, of course, our defense. You know, the Lakers started off being the top defensive team in the NBA, but I feel like these last couple of weeks, they really have slipped a lot. Now, whether or not they've gone a little bit of lackadaisical because they got off to that amazing record and they still are the #1 team in the Western Conference, I don't know, but so far right now, we really have to kind of buckle down right now and just really get back to the intensity and play as hard as we were playing back in the beginning of the season, because it just has not been there these last couple of weeks for sure. And then this next question is a little bit similar. It's kind of talking about what I just talked about with LeBron James kind of holding the ball, doing too much one-on-one offense in that fourth quarter. But it is from @VexComplex. Why is LeBron a ball hog and missing free throws when he feels pressure? So LeBron definitely has been missing a lot of free throws lately. Actually, in this recent loss to the Clippers, he did make his free throws. He was much better from the free throw line, especially in that fourth quarter. But still, he has been a lot of just holding the ball, really just kind of trying to be that last-minute hero. And obviously, he's LeBron James, so he's going to be able to do it some nights, but he's not 100% right now, guys. You can see that his groin is still bothering him, his back is bothering him, so he's definitely not 100% health-wise, so it's definitely not the best case for him to try to be doing it in these games, and we saw that be just really a disaster for us in this fourth quarter against the Clippers. So obviously he's LeBron, so I don't want to critique him too much. I'm really in no place to. I can't play basketball. I will never be as good as basketball as LeBron James. He's probably going to go down as the best player to ever play. So I don't want to say, I don't want on him taking shots in the fourth quarter, but I do agree he has really been stopping the offense because he's been trying to just be that last minute hero. And right now, especially when he's not fully healthy and not feeling his best, it's just not the most ideal situation. Definitely not going to help the Lakers get the win in the long run. The Lakers are the best when they are moving the ball, keeping the offense flowing, and when LeBron is being more of that facilitator. At MMayo22 wants to know, is it time to trade Kuz? The bench can be a problem. You know, I know a lot of people right now are really down on Kyle Kuzma, although he had a great game, by far his best game against the Clippers this most recent loss. You know, he had 25 points. He really got off to that huge 15-point quarter, and he really played very well. But I know a lot of you guys are very disappointed in Kuz and how he's been this entire season. I, myself included, you know, was expecting him to be that third star, that third scoring option. And so far, he's not been able to do that consistently. But so far this season, he has not really been at 100%. And he's also been trying to kind of figure out his new role playing alongside AD and LeBron, and struggling with these injuries where he's kind of coming in and out and taking these times off. Now, ever since coming back from this most recent ankle injury, I have noticed that Kuz does look really good. He's moving without the ball very well, and just moving in general, like that ankle is not bothering him. He has said in recent interviews that he is finally feeling like he is back to 100%. So I'm not writing Kuz off yet. I really don't want to trade him, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and see now that he is healthy what he can do. And I think that we should really wait until the All-Star break before assessing whether or not the Lakers can see their future with Kyle Kuzma in it, because again, he really has not been healthy this season, and now that he is feeling back to 100%, I think and I hope and I pray that he is going to finally be that Kyle Kuzma that we were all expecting him to be for us this season. But I am curious, do you guys think that the Lakers need to part ways with Kyle Kuzma, move on from him? Do you think that they need to trade Kuz? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. Now, we are probably going to get hit with an ad break right now, so really quickly, I'm going to make this the pinned comment while this ad is running through. Just go ahead and comment whether or not you think the Lakers should trade Kyle Kuzma. All right, moving on, we have a question from @JaredGBrass24, and then another one that's very similar from @actor_Dwayne Sample, and they both kind of want to know, do the Lakers need to add a perimeter shooter or a defender by the trade deadline? Who would you want that perimeter player to be? And then again, a similar question, do you believe the Lakers need a pure shooter like Klay Thompson to win the finals? I mean, that would be awesome if we had a guy like Klay Thompson, but that's not really realistic. But yes, the Lakers really do need shooters to come in, especially off the bench, and really be able to help us, because that is something that we've been struggling with all season, and it's really been hurting us, especially as of late, and really been the main reason, in my opinion, that we're on this 4-game losing streak, because our guys like Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, Kyle Kuzma, until more recently, have not been able to be those consistent knockdown three-point shooters for us and those consistent offensive scorers for us just in general. So yes, we do need to add some offense via trade, via kind of waiving a player or two and picking up maybe some guys who get cut from certain teams. There are some guys that, you know, we could possibly trade for. JJ Redick is a potential guy, maybe a little bit far-fetched. We could see the Lakers try to trade for him. Obviously, Jeff Green is now available, which I know is a question here, so I will get to that in a little bit. But there still are some guys out there like Jamal Crawford, who I think would be a good fit. I know we're all still waiting to see what happens with Memphis, if they buy out Andre Iguodala or if he is traded. But there are still some guys out there, and again, I think the Lakers are going to have to add a player or two to be able to be more of a consistent scorer for us, because I think we've seen enough from these guys to know that fortunately they're just not going to be it, and we do need to add a piece or two to this team in order to really be able to take us to that next level and help relieve some of the offensive pressure that LeBron James and Anthony Davis feel every night. Now, before I move on and answer some more of your questions, I want to remind you guys to please hit that subscribe button down below and come and join this Lakers Report family. We have some really exciting things in store for you guys in 2020, and I want to make sure that you do not miss a second of all of our Lakers coverage and all of our awesome plans that we have going on here. And I would love to be at 15K really soon. So again, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Come and join this Lakers Report family. But let's move on and let's get into some more of your questions. Let's address some of your questions regarding Jeff Green, because I did get some. So this particular question is from At array_80, will the Lakers claim Jeff Green? I don't know. He was recently cut by the Utah Jazz, which was kind of a little bit shocking. So he is available. Haven't heard too much on the Lakers being interested in him, but he could definitely fit some of the holes that the Lakers are looking to fill. You know, he's a forward, which we could use another forward. He necessarily isn't the best shooter, especially from three-point range. He is only averaging about 33% on his career. But you never know, you know, playing on a team with LeBron James where he's going to be wide open, maybe he could be a little bit better there. But he definitely is an interesting guy that we could be interested in possibly pursuing. But I haven't heard too much on the Lakers being that interested in him, but you never know, they could just kind of try to keep it quiet. So I don't know for sure if the Lakers are looking to pursue Jeff Green, but I do know that obviously him being available and him being a pretty good player, a player that could definitely help this team in multiple ways. I do think the Lakers should at least maybe take a look at him and consider him. But moving on to this next question, who kind of goes with this one, it says, at Simon.Winning72, who do you think will be cut from the team if changes are made? So I think the player that would probably most likely be cut is Quinn Cook. It's going to be kind of sad to see, just because I was really hoping Quinn was going to have a pretty nice impact with this team. Obviously his dad was a really big Laker fan and he was so excited to be on this team, but recently we've just seen him completely fall out of rotation. He was brought on to be this kind of knockdown three-point shooter, and so far he has not been able to do that at all. Like I said, he has also been seen out of the rotation, so probably most likely would be Quinn Cook, then maybe Daniels Talen Horton-Tucker we could also see being cut and then just kind of signed to the G League as well. So those are probably the top 3 players that if we were to cut or waive some players would probably be most likely. Now before we move on to some more of your questions, I am curious, you know, here at Chat Sports we are having a huge sale on all of our Lakers gear, and I just want to know if any of you guys copped any. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys got any Laker gear for Christmas, and if so, what it was. But moving on to our next question here is from @EltaMailRup. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right, but it says, what do you think of the turnovers we've been committing through most of our games? Obviously not very happy about it at all. You know, one of the Lakers' biggest problems that's kind of occurred as of late, it's something that we've done all season, but we were able to kind of get away with it because we weren't playing these top, more elite teams, is the fact that these Lakers go on these really nice runs where they're playing great. Everyone's in sync. We saw it against the Clippers when they went on that 17-2 run. And then they go through these periods where 4 or 5 minutes, they're just super sloppy with the ball. They almost stop playing. They're turning it over almost every possession or every other position. Their offense completely stops. They're fouling both on the offensive and defensively. So obviously that's not an ideal situation. These turnovers have been a big problem for us and are one of the main reasons why we're on this 4-game losing streak. So moving forward, the Lakers have to be more careful with the ball. They have to keep that same intensity that they have for the full 48 minutes and continue to just really pay attention and not just get lackadaisical out there. I think maybe starting off so strong this season was a blessing and a curse, because I don't know if they picked up some bad habits because they, again, were able to get away with it earlier on in the season when we weren't playing some of the top teams. But now that we are playing harder teams, we have a much harder schedule. We just can't get away with being so sloppy and careless with the ball anymore. So that is definitely something that we need to address and really work on moving forward. Now, before we round out today's Q&A and announce the winner of the LeBron James giveaway, because I have all of that coming up, I want to give a huge shout out to one of our sponsors, BetDSI, and let you guys in on a very exciting promotion that we are running with them. So if you guys like sports betting, it can be on really any one of your teams, any sports, then do me a favor and go ahead and go to chatsports.com/bet and enter the promo code Lakers120. You will get 120% deposit bonus to go play, bet on your favorite sports teams. Definitely want to let you guys in on that. And thank you so much to BetDSI for offering us Laker fans such a great promotion. So definitely make sure to go check that out, you guys. Now, before I address your final questions here, I have a huge announcement. Last week we were doing a LeBron James jersey giveaway and I have the winner. So with Thad Coleman, if you are watching this, go ahead right now and DM me on my Instagram at Hannah Kulik or Chat Sports' Instagram, because you are the winner of the free LeBron James jersey. So Thad Coleman, if you are watching this, go DM either me on Instagram or Chat Sports to pick up your LeBron James jersey. But the final question that I'm going to talk about today, I kind of want to end on a high note, a positive note. I am a little bit sad and depressed over this recent loss. So let's talk a little bit about Anthony Davis and his amazing defense, because obviously AD has been a complete beast defensively this season, and a lot of you guys have noticed. So final questions here is just talking about AD's defense from @EODavis_3. Can AD win Defensive Player of the Year? And from @ARhino2, AD is clearly the best defender. Would you agree he's getting better? Yes, AD has been amazing for us defensively. I think right now he is for sure in the top spot for winning that Defensive Player of the Year. He's been completely dominant on the defensive boards, on the offensive boards. He's had so many block shots. We saw this in the game against the Clippers. He's really been, AD's defense has been the most consistent thing with this entire team so far. So obviously playing terrific, and I'm just excited to see how the season continues. Hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy, because if he is healthy and if he continues to be able to play, I think there is no reason why he's not A, only going to continue to get better from defense, but B, easily win Defensive Player of the Year, which I know is something that he really has on his mind this season and is a huge goal for him, but he's definitely well on his way to doing so. But that is going to be it for today's mailbag Q&A here on Lakers Report. Thank you guys so much for sending in such awesome questions. As always, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a double thumbs up, and until next time, Laker Hannah is out. Bye guys!